Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining in this series where we are looking at the nodes through the houses. Okay. And today, being a Tuesday, we will be looking at Ketu in the third house. Okay. So, the third house, of course, represents your efforts, your parakrama, and it also rules the hands and upper limbs. Medical astrology states that it rules the lungs and the hearing. Okay. And because of Ketu's presence here, in addition to other malefic influences, it can really create a lot of problems in these areas of the body. Okay. Now, since Ketu signifies a dead zone, so the native may experience numbness, stiffness, or lack of nervous response in the hands. Such a person may be unable to get a grip on things, literally and figuratively. Now, if the third house is well supported, for example, if it houses other benefic planets, or if it is receiving the aspect of the third lord or other benefics, then such a person may be able to tune in with the hands. For example, Reiki practitioners or massage therapists or other alternative healers who can diagnose or relieve a patient's illness with by using the hands. Now, Ketu in the third can also manifest as impairment or weakness in the upper limbs. As a result, the native may suffer, bursitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, frozen shoulders, tennis elbow, and so on. Okay. And then, because the third house also represents hearing, so hearing be one of the first things that deteriorate with age. On the other hand, such a native may suffer from no actual impairment, but practice selective hearing, for example, by tuning out of things he or she does not want to hear. On the flip side, however, sometimes these people hear what they want to hear, but which no one actually said. Okay. Now, the third house also rules siblings. Okay. And the native may have no siblings or may have a very ambivalent relationship with siblings. For example, the siblings may be physically absent from their lives, may have very little involvement in their life, or are too eccentric to be functionally helpful. And when it comes to sibling relationships, such natives may fail to communicate what he or she wants or needs, or neglect to fulfill his or her appropriate role. Consequently, these natives may be abandoned, cut off, or orchestrated by his co or by his or her cohorts. Okay. Now, Ketu also signifies confusion, and it also signifies abdication of desire and surrender. So this may not bode well for the native siblings. Okay, physical illness, substance abuse, or lack of moral direction can impair their ability to play a functional role in the society. Okay, and such natives may become wanderers, restless in domicile and relationships alike, having no clear direction of where they ought to be, just knowing that they are not content or fit to participate in a normal round of life activities. Okay. Now, with Ketu in the third house, such a native is ambivalent about making announcements, delivering messages, handling communications, making plans, or coordinating activities. And such a native may be an excellent writer, but then these people may experience complications in getting their writings published or, disseminated via mass media. Okay. The vocabulary or choice of language in speech or writing may be subject to double meanings, misinterpretation, or accusations of outright falsehood. Okay. Such a native may have daily mental activity which is irregular, like an interrupted train of thought, or disjointed thinking, or forgetfulness, or illogical arguments, difficulty in making decisions, and even confused inner dialogue. Okay. And consequently, these people may have difficulty with normal communications. Now, if Mars aspects this Ketu in the third, then mental activity may be further agitated, but with a vacillating and inconsistent focus. Okay. Now, with Ketu in the third, logic will suffer. Okay. Because Ketu is headlessness, it does not understand the logic of the brain. So that such a native will be prone to misunderstandings and coming to erroneous conclusions. Intuition or gut feelings may play a large role in their decision making process. And consequently, the decisions of such a native may seem to be erratic, with little grounding in the facts most people rely upon to inform their choices. Okay. Ketu is also unstructured and uninhibited. And in the third house, it may release the native from the normal strictures of communication, paving the way for automatic writing and bouts of inspiration conducive for writing confessionals, fantasy, poetry, or even spiritual topics. Now, Ketu is a Chaya Graha, it's a shadowy planet, and this could signify a ghostwriter who performs writing course for someone lacking these skills. If Ketu's dispositor is linked to Jupiter or the ninth house, this may open the door to writing for publication. Ketu in the third reflects apathy for the normal functions of the mind, and this can indicate a facility for meditation. As a result, the native, can readily disengage from his or her normal mental chatter in order to commune with his higher spirit or self or the divine being, whatever you may choose to call it. Okay. So that's about Ketu in the third house. Do let me know if it agrees with you, if it resonates with you. And please do leave behind your valuable comments in the feedback section. That means a lot to me. And if you want a consultation regarding your chart, please reach out at the number given in the description box. So that's it from me in this video. Subscribe to this channel, like the content, and share it with your friends and family if you find it useful. I'll see you soon with Rahu in the next video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.